Today we're going to take a look at two Jedi in the Star Wars prequel trilogy, and answer the question, are Eeth Koth and Agen Kolar supposed to be the same character? To be honest, I don't blame you if you haven't heard of either of these Jedi. They probably have a grand total of about a minute of screen time between them. But are you a real Star Wars fan if you don't want to learn the entire life story of some background character who doesn't say a word? I mean, come on, Ben Quadranaros and Yariel Poof are imperative to the saga. Anyway, the story behind Eeth Koth and Agen Kolar is actually quite an interesting one, so let's take a look.
That's why I'm here.
The first appearance of either of these characters was in 1999's Episode 1, where Eeth Koth was introduced as a Jedi Master serving on the Council. In The Phantom Menace, Koth was played by actor Hassani Shappi, and he appears in a couple of scenes in the Council chambers, and also very briefly at the end of the film when Palpatine says,
"We will watch your career with great interest."
When it came to filming Episode 2, however, the scenes on Geonosis were shot in Australia, which prompted them to use local actor Tux Akindoyeni rather than getting Shappi to reprise his role. Just as a little disclaimer, I've probably absolutely butchered the pronunciation of his name. At this time, the character was still meant to be Eeth Koth, however it was decided that the two portrayals looked different enough to warrant establishing Akindoyeni's character as Agen Kolar, a different Jedi Master. I know, not confusing at all.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
The main physical difference was that Koth had prominent lined facial tattoos, which Kolar lacked, although their hair and makeup looked dissimilar too. But hey, LEGO managed to make separate minifigures for them, so at least someone understood that they are different characters. It's worth noting as well that both Koth and Kolar are members of the Zabrak species, which is the same species as Darth Maul. However, unlike Maul, who hails from the planet Dathomir, they are from Iridonia. Anyway, Akindoyeni went on to reprise his role as Agen Kolar in Episode 3, where he makes a couple of appearances, including his excellent attempt at arresting Palpatine. It's interesting to note that for both Episode 2 and 3, production paperwork such as scripts continue to refer to Agen Kolar as Eeth Koth, showing that they were indeed originally intended to be one character. All of this is made even more confusing by the fact that archival footage from Episode 1 was used in the council scene in Episode 2. This means that Shappi's version of the character also appears in Attack of the Clones. In this council scene, therefore, the character shown is Eeth Koth, and the character later in the film on Geonosis is Agen Kolar. This begs the question of what happened to Koth then, as he is nowhere to be seen after the start of Episode 2. At the time the prequels were releasing, Koth was confirmed to have died during the Battle of Geonosis when his gunship was shot down. After this, Kolar replaced Koth on the Jedi Council. Koth's death has since been retconned in both Legends and canon. Although no longer canon, 2003's Clone Wars cartoon showed a Zabrak Jedi Council member who closely resembled Koth. He was credited as Kolar, however, as Koth was supposed to be dead. Also, for some reason, he has a red lightsaber in this show. Later, when the 2008 Clone Wars show was being made, Dave Filoni received permission from George Lucas to revive Koth and use him in some episodes, such as Grievous Intrigue in Season 2.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
This was probably a good decision, as in the Clone Wars, Koth is shown doing some pretty cool stuff, such as fighting Grievous, and even got a voice finally thanks to actor Chris Edgerly. And that's about it in terms of the reasoning behind separating the characters. I appreciate this is all a bit confusing with so many retcons, but we know that Star Wars likes to come up with canon explanations for production issues even more than Anakin likes eating worms. To try and simplify it a bit, let's just take a look at the chronology of these two characters in current canon. In Episode 1, Eeth Koth was a Jedi Master and on the Council, a position he holds throughout all of Episodes 1 and 2. Agen Kolar was also a Jedi Master throughout these two films, but he is not on the Council, and he does not make an appearance in the Phantom Menace film. Towards the end of the Clone Wars, Koth was forced to step down from the Jedi Council, and because of this, chose to leave the Jedi Order entirely. Agen Kolar then replaced Koth on the Council and is in this position during Episode 3. Kolar was one of 3 Jedi who accompanied Mace Windu to arrest Palpatine. Here he was killed by the Sith Lord. In the Darth Vader comics, we learn that Koth survived Order 66, as he had left the Jedi Order. He became a priest in the Church of the Ganthic Enlightenment, and married a Zabrak woman named Mira, with whom he had a child. Immediately after his child's birth, Darth Vader and 3 Inquisitors appeared at his home and dueled Koth, killing him and kidnapping his child. Koth's wife escaped, however. Well, there you go. Hopefully you learned something from this video. and can now tell Eeth, Koth and Agen Kolar apart. At least that's the only case in the prequels of a Jedi getting duplicated, right?
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
Anyway, thank you for watching. This is my first time making a long-form video, so if you enjoyed it, let me know, and maybe I'll do some more in the future. In the meantime, I've got over a year's worth of shorts covering a wide range of Star Wars facts, which you can check out if you want to. Thanks.